question of immigration, the U.S. government now is apologizing after a college student was mistakenly deported over the Thanksgiving holiday despite a judge's order to delay her removal. Annie Lucia Lopez Belosa, a freshman at Babson College in Massachusetts, you'll remember, was detained at Boston's Logan Airport after trying to fly to Texas to surprise her family for Thanksgiving. A federal judge had issued an emergency order to block her removal, but she was transferred to Texas anyway and then deported to Honduras. Lopez Belosa, who came to the United States from Honduras with her family as a child and lived in Texas before attending college, spoke with MS Now's Jacob Soboroff last month about that ordeal.
What was that experience like as a college freshman going home to meet your mom and dad for Thanksgiving to surprise them, only to be put into shackles on a plane with other people, I assume, who are being deported to Honduras as well?
It felt like if I was a criminal when I'm not. And it just felt really awful because not only that, but like that kind of hurts. Like not only seeing me, but seeing a bunch of us being treated like that, being treated like criminals.
A federal attorney issued a formal apology in front of a judge, claiming an ICE officer had misunderstood the court order. The government still defended the deportation, saying an immigration judge had ordered Lopez Belosa's removal in 2016. The federal judge overseeing the case called the error a tragic bureaucratic mistake, but declined to hold the government in contempt, saying the violation did not appear to be intentional. Judge saying Lopez Belosa, who now staying with family in Honduras and continuing her studies remotely, could pursue a student visa to return to the United States. And Jonathan Lemire, we should point out that she accepted the apology during an interview last night from the administration and does hope to return to the United States to continue her studies at Babson. We should point out the Trump administration doesn't apologize for anything, even when it's wrong. We've seen that time and time again. So the fact that they own up to this one, it's not doing her much good, having been deported and sitting in Honduras right now, is at least mildly noteworthy.
Yeah, mildly noteworthy, I think, is well put. We should also know the White House, the Trump administration, has really cracked down on visas just this week from 75 countries. It's going to make it that much harder for people who live elsewhere to be here, even temporarily. But this is a face of what we're talking about here. A case like this sort of deportation is not what a lot of Americans voted for when they cast their ballot for Donald Trump a year ago. That they did want the border to be closed. Some of them probably did want the deportations of violent criminals. That's something that President Trump and his team vowed to do. But this is just so much of an overreach. It's such an expansion beyond that initial promise, Willie. And we are seeing people, whether moms dropping off their kids in school lines, this college student, trying to go home for Thanksgiving. The list goes on and on and on. And it's instead from this administration, we get this punishing propaganda, like slickly cut Hollywood videos to blast on social media of Kristi Noem standing in front of a prison in El Salvador, a high rise in Chicago, bragging about their efforts. And where it's leading, that culture of confrontation, that swagger, is also playing a large role in some of these violent clashes, including a deadly one in Minneapolis just last week.
Yeah, and there are a few casualties like this student. They don't mind because they believe the larger operation is good, despite all the polling we've just laid out that shows otherwise. Still ahead on Morning Joe, a new report from MS Now.